Meow.
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 Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow.
Meow.
Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us on Craft Ed. And tonight we've got special. Oh, look at that. I did it right. Jason from Depths Unknown. Did I say it right?
You did it?
Not known depths. Or I don't know what I say, but it always seems like
You,
it's wrong.
you always call me degenerate, but yeah.
Yeah. And then right here is Skipper from Skipper's Aquatics. James tonight is sick and not feeling good, and Rico's not feeling good. So we don't have those two. We're going to have a special guest with Anthony, or Dr. Anthony. I don't think I've ever called him just Anthony before.
Yo, Anthony.
Hey, Ant. Well, but we're going to talk to him about Peru and his raffle, and we're going to be giving away a raffle ticket to have a shot at winning a trip to Peru. But when he gets here, I hope I sent him a link.
That's why he's not here.
He just said you never sent him the link.
He just said that?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, Jason, this is why you're here. Say something interesting while I do this.
Ed, go ahead. I can take care of it.
Oh, cool.
Okay, cool. I'm off
You know
the
what?
hook.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything interesting.
Cool, I won't.
Well, so I just want to go through real quick what we've done in the last few weeks. I've been making these fish hides. I'm gonna be a jerk and make myself big.
Do that.
So we made this tree fish hide or filter hide, and we've made this one that goes in front of a filter. And
Those are really good,
I
man.
think I'm going to make like one or two more and make it actually a real live, like not a real live because they're all, well, this is live, but I'm going to make it so it's taped of how to make it and make like a 15-minute video on it. And then I'm going to put them in my tank and show them that way. So it'll probably still be about a month in total. Oh, and there's Dr. Anthony. And I'm just, where's my mouse is way over here. Here we go. Hi, Dr. Anthony. I was just running down what I've done in the last couple of weeks, and then we'll get to you in just a second, if you don't mind. But this is my Aztec or Aztec or Mayan, Inca, maybe, filter hide. Now, would they have anything like this type of art in Peru, Dr. Anthony?
I thought you were gonna get to me later. I was zoning you out.
Well, that was to get to you later on your stuff. This is my stuff.
Probably yeah.
You mean it might
Somewhere
more
out
be
there.
Yucatan, Central America? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I'm not
But-
sure about that penis nose, if they have the penis nose or not.
That's a gator.
I know you told me that a long time ago, but I still can't get that out of my mind.
Well, the next one won't have that because
Okay.
for people that think like you, and then I made this one last week by. Now this was suggested by Coro. Did I say that right or
Koro.
Co Coro? Sorry, Coro.
Zoro. Like Zoro, but with a K.
Wanted me to make
Corsino.
a watchtower.
That's cool.
So tonight we're going to paint that while we talk to Dr. Anthony, and we'll do
That's
that.
cool.
But now I've got
Did
it.
you use that cobblestone thing on that?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I
Nice.
gave you credit for that on the show. Yeah, look at how great that came out.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Jason the Degenerate from Depths Unknown made this awesome thing to make those rocks. Okay, and
that
then
worked.
Should we say hellos?
would you give me one more second?
All right. What is that?
I made this on Punchy Paints, Pam's show one night, and I've had a lot of people ask if I could make these for the fish tank. And this one was painted with normal acrylic paint, so it can't go into your tank. But I was thinking maybe I will. I tried to figure out what the creature from the Black Lagoon's hand would look like if it was fossilized. So
I can
thought
see this
maybe
without
what's
the
that?
webbing. I said no. I mean, I can see that
Oh.
that's his hand without the fossil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Without the
and look,
webbing
I
and
made
stuff.
his
Yeah.
like his fingers are kind of chewed off.
That's cool, man. Is that made out of
So,
Sculpey?
well, yep.
Nice.
So it's fish tank safe except for the paint. So next time I'll do it, but I think I'm gonna make it like embedded in stone somehow for the fish tank. So it's just not sticking straight out of the substrate, because that would look a little
Pretty
different.
cool.
I was thinking about putting this like on a plaque or something.
Making it look like it came like a fossil, like in the rock or something.
Yeah, like it broke
cool.
loose.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, now I'll get down, and I'm gonna, before I get too started, I'm gonna paint the tower tonight. And dry lock is safe for your fish tank. It's a concrete paint. It's basically like concrete. You can actually feel the sand in it. And I've poured, I had it made at Lowe's to be light gray because it's normally white. So I had them put a little bit of gray in it, but then I'm going to add a little more charcoal dye to it just to make it a little darker. So that's going to be the first step of tonight's project. And we'll bring up Dr. Anthony. Well, actually, we'll make everybody just normal size. There we go. And Dr. Anthony, I picked
just
this
so you
background
know.
just for you.
Oh, thank you.
You want to see this background real quick?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
It's
Let's
your
see the
favorite
background.
fish in the world.
Guppy.
Something wrong with its face.
I
The
know.
Kenny fish.
Yeah.
It was a Kenny fish.
There's something wrong with its face.
Okay, but I want to tell you one thing. Because Skipper texts me the link, I'm on my phone. If my wife calls, I gotta leave you. So because someone forgot to send it to me on Facebook. So just so you know, I it's okay. I have no problems on my phone. But if the boss
I
lady
wonder if
calls,
I sent it to the wrong person.
maybe send it to. Maybe we'll have someone come up.
Anthony,
I'd be happy to send it to your Facebook.
already did.
Oh, you did?
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to go to that and then come back?
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to say that Patty left you a 99-cent super sticker.
Oh my gosh, Patty,
Dude in
you are the
sunglasses.
sweetest girl in the world.
Patty's cool.
She's our Statue of Liberty.
Have you met Patty in person?
I have.
Oh,
She was on one of my lives. When I did my walkthrough tour, she walked with Rico and I through the Clash.
Oh, that's right.
She was super cool. Now let me go to chats. Okay, cool. Not that I can really see them too well, but at least I have the feeling, and I can see something. Do you want to say hi to people while we're waiting for Dr. Anthony?
Yeah,
oh my gosh, he is one fast dude.
We can do
But
that.
you can still say hi.
We're
Still
going
say
to go
hi.
from the participants list. You got Boots Cats, Brookley Bell, Color Guppies, Daniel Velez, Danikins Aquatics, Darlene's Tanks, Delilah's Critter, Dragon Lair, Fish Rumor, Jeff Kane, Jenny P, Jennifer Weaver, and Jenny Lynn, Coro Works, Lady Rorschach, Larry D, Leslie Perry, Nathan Hubay, Night Owl Aquatics, Nola Dolan Aquatics, Patty the Petite Tanks, Pebbly Creek Aquatics, Richard Reynolds, SC Catahoula's, Sketty Nonia, Scuba Steve, Stephen P, Nano Aquarium Guy, TK Tropicals, and Vibes Aquatics. To everybody else that's lurking or you didn't chat a few seconds ago, hello.
What?
Hello.
And I purchased a ticket today to give away for the Peru raffle. So now Jason told me I should have bought them separately instead of together. Will you be able to figure it out?
I have a PhD.
I didn't say you shouldn't do that.
think
I said
can't figure that
it
out.
made sense to buy
My
it after the guy
goodness
won it.
gracious!
I didn't
Yes,
say.
I've already separated them. So calm down.
Hold on a
You know,
second.
there was no. It was
I
can
just
hear
a
you.
suggestion.
Book smarts and common sense is two totally different things. Okay.
I agree. I agree. But I got them both. You know.
All right.
Yeah. Sometimes.
The magic word is hashtag Peru. And Dr. Anthony, everybody here might know, but there might be one or two people that don't know what this raffle is all about. Would you want to tell us real quick?
Where they been? Mars?
Maybe
Never
they've
know.
been on a collecting trip into the Amazon
Maybe.
in Brazil.
So this raffle is for a trip to Peru, to the Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes in the city of Iquitos, Peru, which is in the northwest corner of Peru in the Amazon. We allow you $2,000 for round trip airfare. For people in Europe, that may be only one person, but in the US, that may be two people. Or unless you want to go first class, then, you know, you can just bring yourself and that's it. It's for a 1 week stay at the research center. We feed you, we house you, we take you where you want to go. There is no cost to you whatsoever once you get on the plane in your hometown. So meaning we'll pick you up at the airport and we'll drop you off at the airport when it's all said and done. Only rules are you have to be over 18. If you're under 18, you must bring an accompanying adult. And your drinks are there, except if you drink the adult beverages, there's a little store you can buy your own. Other than that, our facility is well equipped, hot and cold running water, your own shower, your own bathroom, ceiling fan with an air conditioner that works really well. We have laundry facilities, a big kitchen area, dining room area. You come down, you can, help us with our research, help in the aquarium, help in the fish room, help you collect fish. If you want to bring back fish that you collect, we're allowed to collect so many because of our research center status in the aquarium. It's your responsibility to pay for that shipment. We will hook you up with a exporter, so you're not going to be cheated in that way. But that cost will be all on you. And of course, if you're in the U.S., you must have a U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service permit, which costs $100. They give it to anybody. All you got to do is apply for it.
And what is that? Okay.
It allows you to import and export fish into the United States.
And all you do is got to apply for the permit.
So we could bring
and
some
basically
fish
get
down
it.
with us.
Well, yeah.
We could.
So, yeah, just go
I got all
to
excited.
just go to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service website and look for import-export permit, and you fill out an application.
Okay.
Send in your $100, and within probably 4 or 5 weeks, you have an import-export permit.
I'm
That
so
means you
sorry
can-
for just talking.
That means you can bring in fish from anywhere in the world as long as it's legal by U.S. Fish and Wildlife standards and your state regulations. Like I can't bring in what's the fish? Let's see. I can't bring in piranhas into
Stingrays.
California, but a lot of states piranhas are totally legal.
Right.
And so you know
Tennessee.
And
yeah.
I'm guessing the exporter would help
Yeah.
you or whatever.
So you
all that stuff.
must abide by your state regulations as well as Fed regulations for importing of fish.
How much does it usually cost to export?
So you mean to bring fish in? It depends on the country. From
Well, let's
Peru,
say, from Peru to US.
yeah, from Peru, the shipping has skyrocketed. It's doubled since COVID. It's from Peru. They have a minimum order of 10 boxes or 100 kilograms total. So normally a box will be 10 kilos. It costs around right now $2,500 just for the shipment itself.
Wow. Okay.
But then you pay your import fee. There is a U.S. Fish and Wildlife fee of $180. Normally, you have to pay a house fee to the cargo house that's bringing in your shipment, and then you have to pay all the paperwork in Peru, which is normally part of the $250 a box. You bring in one box, that box may cost you $600-700 just for one box. So it's always, if you bring in 6 boxes, that's going to cost you double of what a normal shipment is. So it's always good to bring in a full shipment.
So 10 boxes. So if you really want to bring fish back from Peru, you better be.
Well, I mean, you can. We will also take you to the exporters. You can buy fish at the exporters. We'll take you to the fishermen's homes. They're where they bring in the fish, and you can buy fish from the collectors themselves, or buy it from our fishermen. We don't make money off any fish that's sold or purchased by you. And if you're talking about neons, a box of 1,000 neons may cost you 3 cents a piece. That's it.
Right, but you're still paying whatever you can buy the fish to ship, but you're still paying the $2,500 to ship them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
I got you. So you can fill the boxes easily, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you can fill the boxes easily and cheaply. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
So, if I went there, would there be fish that I could catch to sell to people here to make up for the loss of the shipping and handling? Or is that frowned upon?
No, it's up to you. If you want to bring back all the fish and sell them, that's your business, not my business.
Well, I would rather just have them for myself, but since it costs a lot, just try to cover the cost.
Yeah. When I bring in fish, I usually bring a shipment in once or twice a year. I bring those intended to sell for the research center, the fish that we collect. I will absorb all that cost, and we use it as a donation back to the research center. And then the fish we sell at the auctions, or when I went to Fishtoberfest, all that money all the money we sold, or the fish that we sold, all that money went back into the research center.
Gotcha.
So,
okay, here's an important question.
Okay.
If I win and I take Skipper, do you have twin beds? Because we'd rather not have to double up.
We have one twin bed per room, so you would have to double up in that twin bed with him. You have to do some big snuggling, some really close spooning.
Be like a teddy bear.
We'll be the big spoon. We'll be the little spoon.
So each room has 2 twin beds.
Awesome.
Yes. And there's a desk in there. There's a closet. There's a side table. Hopefully by then Starlink will come in, so we'll have great internet access.
Streaming access on the Amazon.
Now, can you drink the water, or do you have to drink out of bottled water?
We drink out of bottled water just because it tastes better. Our water for the research facility comes from a well that's about 200 feet deep. The well water, all the groundwater it's really charged with iron. And it's also really hard water. It's not what you'd expect from Amazon water. And so we just routinely drink bottled water. We buy a 5-gallon bottled water every time we need it, and that costs us $1 to do that. When we cook, lots of times I use the well water to cook. So, it's not, you're not going to get sick from it. I will tell you, you're going to get sick no matter what you do, just because that's how it is. A day or so, you're going to be under the weather with a little bit of, as we would say in Mexico, a little bit of the charros. But other than that, take some Imodium or some Pepto-Bismol.
Montezuma's revenge.
Yep. It's part of life.
Oh, yes.
I still get sick for a day or two every time I go back. So it's
really,
I my stomach kind of gets loose, as they say. Yeah.
Wherever you may be, your stomach go free.
Yep.
Now, you were mentioning the water's hard from your well.
Yeah.
So how do you prepare the water for your fish tanks?
We actually have a reservoir on site that the water percolates through the soil and through all the leaf litter. So the water in the reservoir probably has a pH of 5 and TDS of 0 and 10 microsiemens, which is, no TD or no GH and KH at all. But the Amazon River itself is a very hard river. High
okay,
pH.
I thought it was soft.
Well, no, it's 7.8 with, high TDS, lots of calcium, magnesium. It's the small streams and small rivers that are really the blackwater rivers that have low pHs and low conductivity.
Well, when people say that, like, the fish are from the Amazon, a lot of times they're just from those little rivers, right?
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
Tributaries. Okay.
Well,
so
have you seen a lot of that mining going on? Has that hurt any of the rivers?
Not where we're at. The mining is taking place primarily in southern Peru, in a river where you get a lot of Corydorus. So that's where most of the Corydorus, the really nice Corydorus, come from southern Peru, which is where the mining is taking place.
Oh, gone it. Well, that stinks.
Yep.
Well, now, you mentioned that I can import fish.
Yes.
Is there any fish that we could import that would be a good invasive fish?
Wait, into Peru or into the U.S.? Which way are we going here?
Into Peru.
Okay,
No, that's what I work on.
Both ways.
I work on invasive
we brought
fish.
something with us?
Oh, it's we have tilapia already there. We have blue grammies. We have guppies. They're just in the Iquitos area. We don't need any more invasive fish there.
What about snakeheads?
There are no snakeheads there.
That probably reckons.
Would they do well there, you think?
It's the same habitat in Southeast Asia that they live in, so they would do excellent there.
What would win in a fight, a snakehead or a wolffish?
Well, it just depends what snakehead and what wolffish. Some of the wolffish can get 3.5, 4 feet long, and the giant snakehead, it gets pretty big itself. But most of the wolffish are actually lying weight predators. They'll sit on the bottom, wait for something to come by, where snakeheads are more out in the open swimming predators, what we call rover predators, to be exact.
Let's say
aquarium guy wants to know how much it would cost to bring fish to Peru.
Well, I don't know. You would most of the time you put them in your check bags.
Oh yeah, it's true.
You're not bringing lots of fish in.
Are there any fish that you're looking for?
In particular, yeah, we look for. Well, when we go out and collect, we're just collecting whatever we need, whatever we catch. There are some spots where I know, some of our secret spots where I know I can collect spotted angelfish. And when we go to those spots when, we need to put spotted angelfish in our tanks or something of that sort. There's one little section that we know we can catch rummy-nosed tetras at a certain time of the year. So yeah, there are going to be particular places we go, depending upon if we're looking for a particular fish or if we just want to collect a lot of different fish.
Now, you're saying particular time of year. Is that because of flooding and stuff like that might displace them?
Oh, it's because it's because of it's because when the river floods, we know there's going to be an influx of fish, and as the water is receding, all the fish are leaving those areas out into the main channel.
So normally
have you ever seen a?
Wait,
sorry. Say that again.
It's not like it's Ed's channel where he can speak up.
Anyways, so that's where they go up in there to breed, right?
Yes, they go up in the flooded forest to breed, because all that plant material is breaking down, and all the bacteria starts the food web, and so there's a lot of food at that time.
Yeah, makes sense.
Have you ever
and all that good stuff?
Yep.
how do they know to go back to the right spots?
They don't go to
It's
a
like a
particular
bird?
spot. No, they just go to an area. It's not like salmon where they go to a home where they were born, where their eggs were laid. They're just going back into a flooded area.
Do you guys ever have hurricanes?
No hurricanes, just torrential downpours.
Like a monsoon.
And they're
right?
used to that, probably.
Yeah, that's part of life. Yeah.
Wow.
Does the Amazon Research Center flood?
No, luckily we don't flood. The way our the station is, it's in different levels. When we first bought the land, from the very back end of the land to the front end of the land, there was probably a 10 to 15 foot drop. So we have, different steps in the land, and the water will just flow off into the little drainage canal right below our land.
That's good. You're on the high ground.
Yep, we're on the high ground.
That helps.
But what it does, it when the rains come, it really washes out the road to the research center in this little village. And last year we spent a lot of money to repair that road, only for me to go last week, and that road, you can't even tell we repaired it. So we're going to have to asphalt the road, pay to have that, half a mile asphalted before the aquarium opens up.
Do you think that'll cost a lot of money?
Oh yeah, it's going to cost.
It's not even cheap here.
Yeah,
I know.
It's probably
Call it
cheaper
black hole for a
there, but
reason.
yeah, it's cheaper there, but it's still, I would say, unfortunately, it has to be done. I would say it's probably going to cost us probably $50,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of prep work involved in that stuff.
Yep.
I know a guy who
Just
does
to
that.
put clay last year, it cost $15,000 just to put clay down on that road.
I mean, you need the equipment. It's all whatever, the
Yep.
dozers and whatever, trucking, labor.
Bulldozers,
It's a process.
Caterpillars, dump, all that. They're $100 an hour to rent.
Yeah, and then you need somebody to run them that knows what they're doing.
Exactly. Yep.
Or it's going to take you 4 times as long.
Wow.
That looks pretty
That
good.
looks
Just
good.
the base coat. That's just
Can
the
you make
base
yourself
coat.
big?
I look a lot bigger here.
So someone asked, what's the best time of year to collect? It's
you make your
really
picture
during the
bigger?
dry season. That's when the fishermen collect. And that's normally
that's
during
sweet.
our summer period.
And that would be during our winter, correct?
No, during our summer, June, July, August, September.
Oh,
the
the U.S. is summer.
That actually is their winter, but they don't have
their
winter and summer, because the temperature is pretty much the same all year long. They have rainy season and non-rainy season. Or rainy season and less rainy season.
Yeah. It sounds like I'm volunteering. Yeah.
Can you snorkel if you prefer to snorkel than collect and like videotape fish?
Yeah, there are some of the streams that are clear enough to snorkel and take a GoPro down and videotape fish. In the main Amazon, no, because it's murky, cloudy. But in some of the other smaller places, yeah, I've done that before.
Do they have those little catfish that swim up if you go pee?
Kangaroo catfish. We have caught some. They're mostly in the sand beach areas. They like the sandy areas. We have collected in the sandy areas. Just wear really tight swim trunks.
Don't pee in the water.
Well,
I thought you were going to say wear protection.
that would probably help too.
Yeah. Tie it off.
Be safe, man.
Well, how about, have you ever been bit by a leech down there?
I've never been bit by a leech in the water. In Cambodia, in Cambodia, we would get covered with leeches. The leeches you tend to have to worry about are the forest leeches. There are a lot of leeches crawling around in the rainforest. And they're on the leaves above you, and they'll drop down and get on you. But those are the leeches that I worry about more than the aquatic leeches.
That's
Do you
interesting.
spray your body with stuff or anything, or what? How
I
do you
don't.
defend yourself?
You know, for mosquitoes, you know, I'm not attacked too much by mosquitoes. My wife is the mosquito magnet, so I like to keep her around. But she uses a stuff that she buys from Amazon, and I won't attempt to say it because I always say it wrong. But if you win the raffle, we'll send you all the information you need, what to bring, what not to bring, what to buy, what not to buy, things of that sort. Or if you just want to come down sometime to the research center, you know, we always have a list of things that are always good to have as preventative measures.
That's awesome. Well, I've had a leech on my body before. I was snorkeling up the Merrimack River in Missouri, and I got one on my knee, and I didn't realize it till I got out of the water. And you know how your knee kind of crinkles up when you stand? I could feel it then, and it was probably almost 3 inches. So it had been sucked, you know, for a while, because they only get to, they're normally like 2.5 max size. So, but they can or 20 times their size in blood. So a 2-incher can go 20 inches long if you let it suck that long. I don't know who would do that. You'd probably notice it by then.
In Cambodia, in Cambodia, the leeches get up to 12 inches long.
Oh,
huge,
and then,
huge leeches.
And that's before they suck, I bet.
That's before they start latching on and drinking your blood.
Dude, that's like the small size of a small child. Then you have to attack that thing with like a weapon.
Yeah, I took a class there once, and we had one student. No matter what water we got into, could have been the cleanest water ever. He always had leeches. His nickname was Leech Boy because he always had leeches on him, no matter what.
That's horrible.
That's crazy.
That freaks me out. I don't know.
Yeah.
You have sunfish that do that too?
No.
That's Patty.
That's an inside joke.
George Skipper, is your name George Skipper now?
I missed it, the joke.
Nah, there was when I was a kid, I went snorkeling in the local creeks, and the little sunfish in there decided that my nipples looked tasty, so they would just bite my nipples whenever I was swimming in the water. That's what they're talking about.
You didn't have to tell the story, but
you know, at some point.
So a question was asked: is there any other places in Peru you should visit? You probably should visit Machu Picchu, which is in southern Peru, up in the Andes, really high. So that's a place that if you're going to come to Peru, it's a place that you should visit. Yes, the stuff that works for my wife is Ultrathon. You can buy it on Amazon. Thank you, Coro. I know you were here when we were talking about it the other day, and I couldn't get it right.
I'm just going to show this off real quick. So I put the light coat down on the bottom. Oh, boy, it's so dark in here right now. The light coat's on the bottom, and it's still dark coat on top. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it just brings it to life. The light coat.
Okay. So, Ed, how much would it cost to make a 2/3 size alligator skull?
Like like, you know, what
maybe,
do you mean
maybe about a foot to 18 inches long, just the top skull, to make it look very realistic. You think you can do that?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Guess he's going to show you one.
Guess so. How you doing, Skipper?
I'm good.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, Wednesday was a little hectic. I missed your stream. I was like, oh man.
Like I said, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much at all. I was a half hour late to the dentist, and I was scrambling the whole time. Couldn't bring up the StreamYard raffle thing, whatever you call it, the board, and
it happens.
Yeah.
So you're saying to the good time to collect fish is in our summer,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So if you're interested in doing that, that would be the best time to go.
Yeah, best time to go. I mean, if you go any other time, there some of the streams are always available to collect, so they're available. Well, that's a little one.
Okay, now I got this when I think I was like in first grade or second grade.
Uh-huh.
Just a little kid. I've had it my whole life, but you want something. Now I have a skull also, and I was looking for that. It's a fake skull, but
Is that an
you want
alligator?
just
Yeah.
like this much of a head with. You got to have the bottom so they swim out of it, right?
No,
Or do you want
what
it
I
for
want
the
to
wall?
have is I was thinking about first putting a replica human skull in our piranha tank at the research center. But I thought, maybe that wouldn't be the best for little kids. So I want to have like a alligator skull or something to put in the piranha tank to make it look like, oh, they ate an animal.
Would you rather have a caiman? Because
Sure, a caiman, but they with the head, a skull, they won't know the difference between a caiman, and an American alligator, and a saltwater crocodile.
The big round part, though.
I totally know the difference, but the kids won't. But I would like it to be fake, just because I would probably get in trouble bringing in a real skull into Peru.
Yeah.
The dogs would smell that, no problem.
And it would deteriorate.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would deteriorate. Well, at least the meat would. The bones would still be fine. I've been looking on eBay to look at buying maybe a real one or even a fake one, but even on Amazon, you just can't find them. They find little tiny ones, but no replica skulls that are really nice size.
I've got one that's this big, and they might make one size bigger. Look for reptile hides, because it was in one of those reptile shows I went with Bob with too.
Okay.
And I bought it, and I can't believe it wasn't there. All there was this one. I thought I had these two together, but and I think it cost me $30, so that wasn't too bad. But if you want one that's like 1.5 feet or something,
mm-hmm.
I just have to figure out. I'd probably have to wire it together, and then
it could be just the upper jaw, not necessarily the lower jaw, just the upper part of the skull.
That's right. Because when it decays, it's going to come apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'll try to figure it out.
Do they have alligators in Peru?
Yeah, they have black caimans, speckled caimans there. Yeah. I have never seen one because a lot of them are fished out. They tend to eat everything they can catch. So you can go into the marketplace or go to some of the food stalls and actually buy grilled caiman right there. And yes, it tastes like chicken.
I'm eating the weirdest things I could. If I win, I'm eating pleco, caiman.
Pleco. There is also a palm grub that's called suri that they eat. They grill it on the grill and you eat it.
What is it called? What is it?
Suri. It's a palm grub that lives inside the palm trees.
A grub.
Yeah, grub. Yes.
Grub pie.
Yeah. And when you bite it, it kind of explodes in your mouth.
Oh, I didn't need to know that. Is it warm?
Yeah, if it's right off the grill, yeah, it's warm.
Oof. Warm.
I don't want to eat bugs
in your mouth.
if I go.
You don't want to eat bugs?
No, is that all right if I don't eat any bugs?
Bugs are the future.
Not my future.
You can eat fluval bug bites.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that was going to be my next question, or one of my other questions was, you've got I saw your stream where you showed all the fish like in the holding for the aquarium or for the aquarium. There were like dozens of tanks everywhere, and it's like your stocking pile or something.
Yep, that's our fish house. That's where we do all our experiments and stuff. But yes.
How do you feed those guys?
We feed them flakes, or some of them we'll catch tilapia and cut up tilapia and feed some of our larger fish.
Now, do the flake food places give you a deal, or do you get the shaft?
No. When I went last week, I took 3 big bags, each filled with 50 pounds of fish food with me. So yeah, we hope someday to get a supplier that'll sell us cheap, but that will come in time.
That was one of my main questions, because I was wondering how you fed those guys down there. Is it a lot harder to have food shipped in to Peru than just bringing it yourself, or?
Probably not, but shipping costs to Peru isn't that cheap. I told this on the stream the other day. The fiberglass tanks that we bought from Peru, bought from China to be shipped to Peru, they're in transit right now from China to Lima, Peru, to the port in Lima, Peru, which is 45 days. That's costing us $1,700. From Lima to Iquitos, so that's within the country, it's costing us over $4,500. So, if we were in Lima, things would be a lot cheaper. But since things have to be flown into Iquitos, the shipping costs are really, really high. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't things are shipped down the river, through a road, on another river, then through a road, then on another river. So you don't always have to fly everything in, but it takes about 2 weeks to make it over the land and all the rivers that you have to cross.
Oh, have we started the hashtag?
People already put it in.
Do I have to push any button to start it?
You have to
or
start
it'll just
collecting.
read it?
Well,
you gotta hit the start collecting comments button.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to share this. I'm sorry, Dr. Anthony, but I don't want to mess this up. Okay.
That's okay. I can just pull a number out of my hat. Pull a name out of my hat.
Yeah. Hit that blue button that says start collecting comments.
I'm so sorry, guys.
How many has it collected?
Okay.
Currently 0. It usually takes a minute for it to catch up.
Okay, so if you haven't,
I would retype it.
If you haven't done hashtag Peru, do hashtag Peru again, or even if you had to do hashtag Peru again.
It's collected.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It
Dragon
only
Lair
collects what it
said,
can see. Yeah.
Dragon Lair said, Dr. Anthony, where did I lost it because the chat jumped. He did a search on eBay, and there are all size alligator skulls for sale.
Oh, really? Well, when I looked at it in January, I couldn't find much. So thank you. I will look tonight.
It's alligator skull season.
Purchase them, yeah.
What? In Dragon Lair,
rosin skulls. That's all I care. Or a chicken.
Dragon Lair is a reptile guy, so probably open.
He's probably talking about real ones.
Yeah. So Dennis Christensen, hashtag Peru to give to Skipper. Why Skipper?
Wow.
Thank you, Dennis.
Easy.
Yeah. Why not Skipper?
Yeah.
Why not Jason?
And Jason and
Skipper,
Skipper, you guys both
one?
put in for this.
I'm okay. I did put in. I did.
Okay, because
yeah. I bought some tickets too. I got a chance.
Awesome.
Yeah, Ed's ticket was the 100th ticket sold.
Sweet.
Oh, wow.
That was the goal, wasn't it?
No, 200, wasn't it?
We were very happy with 100. Last year we sold 160.
Wow.
Oh.
So, you never know from year to year. We would like to sell as many as we could, but, times change from year to year. So we're very happy with it. We have one more day, and so who knows? He may sell 5 or 6 more.
Well, that's awesome. Now, is there any
Skulls
good
Unlimited.
desserts that are Peruvian that aren't bugs?
Good Peruvian desserts. They in the Amazon they make a pudding that's made out of maracuya. What's maracuya in English? Passion fruit. A passion fruit pudding that's really, really good. I like passion fruit.
Wow, that sounds good.
But you know they make cakes, they make cookies, they make it's very westernized in Iquitos. It's a city of over 700,000 people. So, and you have a lot of tourists coming in there. There's no Starbucks, no American fast food places yet. So that's a nice thing about it. Except you can't really get a good cup of coffee because it's all instant. So we have to bring our own coffee to make in our coffee maker there.
Really?
So I take, for the summer, I take 5 or 6 pounds of Folgers with me. I'm a Folgers man.
You have a $5 super chat from Leslie Perry. Are fish
Thank you, Leslie.
Are fish from the grocery store okay to feed my blood parent? And if so, what's the best type? And frozen shrimp, are they also okay?
Do you want me to take it first and we go down the list?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I used to grind up tilapia and shrimp and beef heart. I used to cut the meat out of the beef heart and make my own little cubes of meat with that. So it was fine back in the 90s when I was doing it. But I mean, I haven't heard any reason not to nowadays. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, man. I think if it's good enough for a human to eat, why can't a fish eat it, right? But yeah, I think tilapia and shrimp would probably be okay. I don't know if it'd be like total nutrition because it probably might be lacking something after a while if that's all you're feeding, but I don't see any problem with it.
Somebody was feeding salmon, but we were talking to a week ago. Okay,
Man.
Go ahead, Skip.
No, I believe it's okay. They'll eat it out in the wild. I mean, it is, some are farm raised, some are wild caught, so there may be a difference, but I don't see no issue with it.
I personally think you. Go ahead, Skip. Sorry.
I would get the raw shrimp, not the cooked shrimp, though.
Okay, I'm gonna say something very controversial here. You may have to kick me off your stream. I think you should grind up the blood red parrot and feed that to your fish. Myself, blood red parrots and all the parrot fishes, unless it's a true wild parrotfish, are an abomination to the hobby. That's just my personal belief.
What do you feel about glowfish?
Glowfish, I'm not too anti about glowfish because you're not making a fish. You're just making a fish a different color. You're not
you're
making
just changing
a fish with these grotesque features. And same with
it's not deformed, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's just got a color variant.
What's the other fish? The
flower horn.
Flower horn.
Yeah. I'm not.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm not quite sure about flower horns. Especially they make these huge humps. They're called cocks. I'm not trying to not get you monetized, but I've seen some where it's grown over the eyes that they can barely even see. And that's not normal.
Now,
not normal to have a big hump like that.
I prefer to call them noogles.
It's called a nuchal hump is what they're called in the fish world. They're nuchal humps, yes.
But no, I don't care what you call it. But I heard that you can actually feed them less food or less fatty foods and it'll shrink. That a lot of people feed them really high fatty foods to make their cocks or noogles bigger for shows and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know much about. I don't know much about them, so I stay away from them. When last time I was in China at judging a fish show, they had a huge flower horn contest where the winner got $10,000.
Holy cow!
Holy cow!
And that's a small prize because the Asian arowana winner gets $40,000-$50,000.
That's nuts.
And the
That's
Asian
crazy.
arowanas were the only fish that were guarded by a guard with a gun.
Huh.
So
Wow.
they
Well,
wanted to protect their
That's to prevent
prize
people from
arowanas.
sabotaging their. Yeah, right. Exactly. Like if you got the prize winning
Or
fish,
stealing
someone
them
kills
too.
it.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yep.
Hold it ransom. That's money to commit crimes over. That's for sure.
Yep.
well, Aquashella is a platform where they allow different competition groups to come in and show their fish off because it gives people something to look at. And the shrimp people do it. Garden of Eder, they run the big fish show or shrimp show, and then the flower horn people do it too, and they always have about 15 different flower horns in there, and I've learned a lot of tricks of flower horns. You know what? We don't have to have the Peru thing up here still. Oh my gosh, we're at 51 minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
Well,
Right.
let's say at 55, we'll click it.
Okay. You might as well leave it up then. It's only a minute and a half away. Or
So,
whatever, 3.5.
Matt says 4 people who entered previously have not entered this time. So please, it won't take double entry. So you can enter again. It's not going to make you enter twice, you guys. So
Yeah.
please enter, even if you think you entered. Like Amisa, have you entered?
That is awesome that Matt can figure
Oh,
that
because I
out.
saw Amisa.
Amisa.
Well, he has the probably he has the Fish Fam one going on in the background, because that's how I was able to do my drawing. Is he was in the live stream, and since I couldn't pull up StreamYard's drawing, we pulled up the drawing on Fish Fam.
That's cool. Well, now if somebody for Peru wins the ticket, can they take the ticket and visit you in California?
Sure.
This will work the other way.
But the only one who normally shows up from Peru is Fernando, and Fernando's not in tonight's live stream because he doesn't know I'm in the live stream. So he shows up for my Wednesday live stream all the time. So he's the resident director's nephew, and he actually works there at the research center while he's going to school.
I need to set up an alarm on my phone to notify me when you go live, because it was working out good for me because I was taking my mom to therapy, but she begged her doctor to get out of therapy because she didn't like doing it. And so now I'm just doing everything else on Wednesday and I totally forget. But Dr. Anthony, you guys,
That's
has
okay.
a wonderful show. If you can't watch it live, check it out, afterwards, because he is a professor. He knows what he's talking about. It's a lot of fun to listen to him, and a lot of good information there.
A lot of
And
great
I
information.
really
It's
appreciate your
okay.
show.
It's
I
okay.
agree.
Very informative. Usually.
Yeah. Next week we're talking about fish sex.
Oh, I don't know if I'll be
talking
male,
about-
female, or down and dirty.
We're talking about the act. We're going to talk
Down
about
and
unisexual species like the mollies, because some mollies do it differently than your favorite molly. So there's
my
a lot of
favorite
different
Amazon
ones.
molly.
Yep. Your Amazon molly is just one of three different mollies that have different reproductive actions.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorites.
No X-rated. We're going to try to keep it very analytical and very scientific.
How many pronouns do the fish go by?
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's
Um,
you and me.
I'm just teasing.
probably 3.
It is really neat though how the Amazon molly works. I mean, it's so bizarre. How do you think that evolutionary thing happened where they just spread their own DNA, but they used the males from other mollies.
There's a process called, well, it's either because it was a hybrid, a sterile hybrid that somehow evolved the ability to produce eggs, or there's a process called polyploidy, which is the chromosome doubles in the egg. So somehow there was a screw up when they were making eggs, and instead of having half the numbers, they actually had double the number of chromosomes. So that may be what happened in them.
And that's what's happening with the crayfish, the
That's
self-cloning
probably,
crayfish.
the self-cloner too, yes.
Wow.
You know, how did you become or decide to become a? Now, did you originally want to just be a marine biologist and you just kept going and became a professor, or how did
Yeah.
you get to where you're at?
You know, I grew up in the desert, so water always intrigued me. And when I was about 8 years old, my dad, who was an elementary school teacher, one of the other teachers asked him to take their guppy tank home for the summer. And so, you know, watching those guppies, and the gravel was the most disgusting black gravel in the world. Black, not because it was black gravel, because in those days, who did water changes by sucking up all the muck on the bottom? And the gravel was alive. It was completely filled with Malaysian trumpet snails.
Oh,
And
wow.
so at that point, I just fell in love with fish. You know, I never knew I wanted to be a professor. I always thought I wanted to have a pet store, a fish store. And I actually worked in a fish store one summer, and I realized I hate
doing
customers.
this.
I hate people. And so I only stayed in school because I couldn't find a job. And so they, you know, I just kept on going to school.
And eventually they made you a doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
Get
you
out.
know. Yeah. Took me 13 years. I had 13 years of college. As soon as I turned 18 and graduated from high school, I started summer school. And 13 years later is when I finally finished school. So I knew nothing but university until I was 31 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I go back for my 10-year reunion. You know, I see my high school classmates, and you know, some of them were on their second wives, third or fourth jobs, and they asked me, "Hey, what are you doing, Anthony?" I said, "Oh, I'm still in college." You have a wife? No, don't have a wife. No kids. You know, it was one of those. I was just not normal, I guess.
Well, my professor in school, I was a TA my junior year. My senior year, I was the head TA of the art department. And my professor wanted me to, my design professor, he was like the head of the whole art department. He wanted me to go to school or keep going and become a professor in design or art. And I just thought that was crazy because at the time, almost all the professors, or like 80% of the professors, were part-time. And they were just barely making any money. And I just didn't want that. But now I wish I would have done it because it would have been so much fun, probably. It would have been a lot better than working in a car factory destroying my back. But
Oh yeah, most
Oh, well.
definitely.
but I still enjoyed my
You know,
my time.
That's
I
good.
truly believe,
And Ed's got like less than a minute, so
that-
you might want to roll the dice.
Okay.
but I truly believe
Well, I'm probably
what
making people
what
mad.
it takes to go to college is money and the drive. It doesn't necessarily take much intelligence to graduate from college. Remember,
Well,
you can
and that's-
graduate with a C average. That'll allow you to graduate.
And you see, I hadn't spent any of my college money that was saved for me. I had all scholarships, and then the college was paying me the last 2 years because I was a TA. So they were paying for
Yeah.
my schooling too. And I thought, if I go to more schooling, that's going to cost me money. And that was another reason why I decided not to. And I opened up my own photo studio with the college money my parents had saved me for me all my life. So
Yeah,
it all worked out.
That's why I stayed in school, because they always paid me to go to school. So I was on some, teaching or research assistant. So, it cost me some, but not like it normally would. So let's do your drawing,
You guys
young
ready
man.
for this? We have 65 entries.
Gotta say
Here
stop.
it comes.
Drum roll.
Skipper, you want to do the countdown?
Go.
Pennsylvania countdown?
Go.
There it is. Go.
Go.
Good luck, people. Oh, I saw my name.
Lady.
Oh,
There's
lady.
Lady
Oh, wow. Look at how
Rorschach.
you can. Look
Man,
at how
she-
cool her symbol is. You can see it real big.
This
Oh yeah.
this is the
I
second
never
thing
noticed
she's
the
won
little lady
today.
in it.
I think she'll only be
Wow.
allowed to win once.
She's
No,
on a
she didn't
roll.
actually win earlier. The winner gave her the winning.
Mm.
So
Well, that doesn't
that
count.
way she won, but
Just,
she didn't.
Yeah.
just nice.
Yeah.
What? So, Dr. Anthony, do you need information from her or?
Yeah, if she can email me her actual name and say this is Lady Rorschach. She emailed me at Amazon Research Center at gmail.com. Go to my channel, it's in there. So just email me and we'll put her into the raffle.
The database.
Cool.
That's awesome. Well,
Got the database.
guys, thank you so much, Dr. Anthony, for coming up. I hope that you sold a couple
You're
extra
welcome.
tickets today from it. And we love the Research Center and we love you. So thank you so much for coming up and sharing with us. Skipper's going to be
Okie dokie.
going next. I don't know if you want to come over to Skipper's or not and hang out with us. And Jason, you're more than well. I shouldn't be inviting people to Skipper's show.
They were already.
But you're the
invited.
dungeon
Skipper
master.
didn't invite
so-
me, so you better not invite me if Skipper doesn't want me there.
I sent you the link on your Facebook. So
I know.
Well,
It was a joke.
And-
Can't you guys take a joke?
Oh yeah, you
Skipper.
Thank
Send me the link too on Discord if you could, because I don't see the link.
It's also.
well, he'll just put it in private chat for me.
It's
Where?
in,
Makes it easier.
It's in
But
private.
thank
chat.
you,
Thank you.
everybody, for coming and hanging out with us. You guys, thank you for the super chats. You guys are too kind. Thank you to my members. You guys are awesome. And thank you, monitors. No, not
So you have a
monitors.
good member.
Moderators.
Moderators. Thank you,
And your member
moderators.
is good. You got a big member or just a small member?
Don't answer that. Don't
Good
answer that.
question.
Oh,
Plead the fifth.
the membership's actually for the cat.
Okay.
It's a Nico membership to buy
Okay.
him treats, and he
No,
got his
no.
treats, but he didn't get his dinner tonight because when I
okay.
give him dinner, he doesn't come up on the show. So thank you guys, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you next week, or we'll see you in 5 minutes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.